Okay, you ready? We're going to do the Faux Frolly tote. So I'm going to move the camera down so you can see what I'm doing, because you don't need all this in the background. You only need to see what I'm doing. And just FYI, we are live on Facebook, so we'll be commenting and talking to people as we go. And that's for those who are watching on YouTube later on. So let me just pop that down. And I'm going to get my computer running, because it needs to be up to date with us so I can see what everyone's saying. Okay, nearly there. Hopefully the camera's okay. All right, so this is one of my kits. Oops, that was the leg of the chair. They are Faux Frolly tote, and they're a very simple kit and a very simple project to do, and I'm going to show you how to do one. In the kit, you'll get your zipper heads. Hi Yvonne. Hi Linda. Just going to pop that over there out of the way. You'll get your zipper. You'll get your handles, your pocket lining, stabilizer, handle stabilizer. That's your pocket. That is the front of the bag. That's my lining of the bag, and that is the faux leather. And g'day Cheryl and Jimmy and Naomi, and your stabilizer. And of course you've got your instructions. Okay. So I'm just going to open up these instructions. Obviously, I'm going to sort of look back and forward. It's been a few months or so since I've made one of these. I've got clips with me. I've got my iron, and I'm just going to, my God, fancy meeting you here. Hello, gorgeous, says Stella. Hello, darling. I'm just going to prep the bag lining and the handles of the pocket, and I'll just put these aside for now. And the zipper heads, and that can go over there. I'm going to bring this over here. Oops, stay there. And bring that in. G'day Marlene. Yep, it's on, ready to go. So you'll get your bag pocket, and with a dry iron, make sure you've got a glue side on one side and a non-glue on the other. Turn that over. You might find the interfacing is a little bit bigger. Make sure the glue is facing down. It'll feel rough, like little dimples. I'm going to turn it over so that I'm ironing on the fabric side, and I'm just going to press that on. This is for your inside pocket. So just press that on. Oh, that's the dogs in the background. G'day, Jenny. Obviously someone's coming home. Life in the country. And then I'm going to actually fold it that way. A bit of a finger crease there. Just a quick press there. I don't want to hold it too long over that, because I actually don't want to burn the interfacing. It's very fine. And I'm going to clip each edge except for the folded one, and that'll be ready to sew. And when I sew this one, I'm going to sew down here, up across to here, and back stitch, then start here, back stitch, across and up here, and leave an opening for turning it out. All right, so that one is going to get set aside. Then I have my handles, and you'll have these already pre-cut for you with the fabric, and they'll be about 4 inches. And your interfacing will be a little bit shorter. I put it interfacing in the middle somewhere, so on the other end I've allowed, you know, a little bit of a end, so I can just put it into the seam and everything. It's not really that too big a deal. Turn her over and iron that on. You could put foam stabilizer in it if you wanted to, if you wanted a bit thicker. But I find that it seems to be thick enough with just a light interfacing in it. Oops, days. Must be losing my touch. Marlene hasn't even offered me a lolly. Offers Linda a gobstopper yet. What are you making? I'm making the Faux Frolly tote. Once you've got that on, then you're going to fold it in half to find the center. Go all the way along. And then we're going to fold that into the middle. Like so. And then fold over again. Yeah, it's one of the bag kits that I've got called Faux Frolly Tote. They're not yet on the website because we have so many different varieties of colours and they change. There's no set colourway as such, you know, it could be anything. That's why I haven't put it on there. I've put the pattern up there, but not the actual thing, the actual kit. So if anyone wants photos, or I did a bit of a live earlier of the different ones I've got made at the moment and what's coming up. And there are some other colours coming up as well too. So and once you've got that done, you'll do the same to the other side. So this is going to be like watching grass grow for you, because you're going to see me do the exact same thing again. So I've folded it in half, then opened it out, and then fold the two raw edges into the center, and that's going to be my bag handle. I'm going to stitch all the way down both sides of these. I'm only going to put like 1 or 2 clips, maybe 3 or 4. It's fairly long, and that's just to hold it in place. Pop it over there and we'll do the next one. G'day Beverly. Now, beauty of batik, it doesn't really have a right and wrong side, but if you do find that you have a right and wrong side, make sure you put that on the wrong side of your fabric. If you're using just a normal printed fabric, you will want that on the wrong side. If you put it on the right side of the fabric, you're going to be really upset, because it is glue and it will be permanent, very hard to get off, and will make an absolute mess. So, but any kind of iron-on stabilizer, I mean, you can even use a, like I said, a bag batting, just cut a really thin strip, maybe 1 inch, lay it down the middle or one side, fold your sides in, and close it over. Again, iron it. I'll have to watch later, have to get dinner organised, etc. See you later, Jenny. Yeah, once I do this, I'm going into town. Got to go and get a COVID test. Cooties. If I have, I'll be annoyed. Yeah, I do too, Stella, because I feel bad. I feel bad. Because seriously, it was like having sinus. It really was, or hay fever. And because I had the windows open in the car all day, driving up, I thought, I've just got hay fever. It's been windy and, you know, cruddy weather and all that. And I just thought, nah, I'm being, you know, being a sook. Bit of hay fever. And I do get hay fever and sinus, so I just didn't think anything of it. I've had COVID before, and I was really crook, like I couldn't move. G'day, Kayleen. I honestly think you may have been on the end of your positive. It's not your fault. It's here to stay now. I know. At least, like Sonia said to me in a PM, so she said, you know, at least it's not those life-threatening ones that we had at the start, and we're all, well, pretty much all of us are immunised to some degree, and there's antivirals now, and, you know, it's not like it was, you know, 3 years ago. We were all freaking out. So like you say, Kylie, it's here to stay. You just feel bad that, you know, and like if I had have known I had it, I wouldn't have gone. I would have cancelled. I would have gone, no, I don't have it. I'm not going. I'm sick. I've got COVID, I've got cooties, I'm not going anywhere. I would have stayed home. But, you know, and nothing, because it was Australia Day weekend, nothing was open in Kadina because we were doing lives all day. By the time we'd finished, there was nothing open, and then we were so buggered, we just, you know, crashed and burned. It's all over the place these days, it is, yeah. I've had it. You've had your 6, yeah, you should, Jimmy, yeah, because you're immune compromised, autoimmune compromised. All right, so that's the second one. Anyway, it is here to stay. So that's those prepped. I'm going to now grab these ones. And that is your lining. You'll have one large piece and two. I'm glad. No. I think there'll be a few people who are glad I didn't stop in and see them. That's your 2 foam for the sides, and that's for your bottom. But I am not going to iron them on because I don't want to melt my faux leather. So I just want to sew them in. So you'll have your 2 fronts like that, and that's your bottom. All right, so place that right side there. We're going to do the back to the side. We're going to clip that on. I'll just put that aside. And this one, we're going to, I need to get my ruler and a little mat, so bear with me. I do them every 6 months. Yeah, it's a good thing. I feel well enough. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Okay. So with your pocket, pretty sure the measurement was 1.5 inches. So off the top end, one side, cut 1.5 inches off. Now, just like that. And full. And then we're going to get one of the zippers, the short one. How big is this bag? Damn good question. How big is that bag? It's around about 13 by 12 inches. Then you can use zipper tape, which I'm going to here. Just a rough end there. Cut that off. Zipper tape is your best friend. Place it along there. down. Open your zipper up. Take the top of the tape off paper. Face down. Oops, not. We want to center it so I've got a little bit of length. And just press that down so it stays. You can clip it in. And then we'll do the same for this side. So I'm going to turn that so it faces me. That there. Well, that's good. That means if I have had it or been carrying or whatever, that means when I go to the States and Bali, I won't catch it because I've already had it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 13 high by 12 wide. And then get, that one is facing you that way, so you want that zipper that way, away from you. And just center it in. Like so. And that'll be like that. And we're going to stitch that down, turn it over and top stitch. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to move you over. I'm going to zoom you in. Sorry, bear with me. There we go. Oops, a days. Grab some thread. And I've got the machine ready to go. And we're just going to stitch along there. Let's move sideways, so we move here. And then I'm going to turn it over, flatten it down, and top stitch along there. About 1/8 from the edge. Yep. Just going to pull that down. There. And then do the same with this one. Turn it over, top stitch it down, okay, now we need to really put this zipper head on. So what I make sure I do is when I have these, I have that part there even. And so you've got all the fluffy bits. Just give it a nice quick trim. Make sure you've got no fluffy bits and stuff there in your way. Okay, so you can do it the old-fashioned way, which would be to place that on there like that. Just like that. Get the other side, come in at a bit of an angle. Get them lined up together. Oops-a-days. Like that. Lined up together. And give that a shove. And she's on. Okay. Once you've got that closed, open it up again, pop it on again. Now you can also do it with the zipper jig. That's obviously easier for a lot of people. Either way, I seem to be able to do it. I never used to be able to. It just seems to be something I'm able to do these days. So Maybe because it's a number 5 zipper and I'm not trying to put on a number 3 or something redonkulous like that. And as she says, she struggles with this one. So put them on. You can turn them around and then sort of pull that way as well. So that can sometimes help working away from yourself. Come on, in you go. Can't see if you're looking. There we go. Come in again. There we go. Oops, days. Like that. Have them the same length. And then they're on. Then it's on. Okay? So now that is on for you. Okay, so once I've got that on, I can then trim that. Be wary, do not move your zipper. You shouldn't need to anyway, but just cut your bits off. And that's now ready to place on the front. Now, we do this on the front of the bag. We find the center in a minute. Actually, I'm going to undo those because I want to do them together. So we're going to place that on here. Now you can iron this on if you like, which works too. So you can iron it onto the front of here, which I might just do just to show you that it can do it. So I'll move those out of the way. Move that out of the way. Bring him back in here. Make sure you don't use steam. And give it a quick iron. So that is that one done. Take that off. Now what you do is you find the center by folding that in half. Okay, I'm just going to zoom that back out so you can see what I'm doing. I don't think I've ever used a smaller zipper than number 5. I have. I need to play to put it in right. Yeah, that's not unusual, Jimmy. I mean, you've got sight issues. That wouldn't surprise me. Relatively well-sighted people still have trouble putting it in, so I'm just going to take a chunk out of that so I can see it. And then I'm going to take a small one out of this one. It was a bit big, that one. I'm going to place that there, and that is going to be clipped on. Now, you cannot put pins in faux leather at all. That's going to go in the seam. I'm not too worried about it too much. And we're going to stitch that down. And this side bits, we're going to grab. Oh, we can't do that yet. We've got to sew them first. But what I'm going to do while I'm doing that is take that off there because I want to put that. Now I've ironed that one on. I've got to iron this one on. So grab your other bit of stuff, bag, lining, batting, whatever you want to call it. Just iron that on quickly. I don't stand on delicate with me. No, like, you know, people who have perfect eyesight still struggle with putting zippers in, mate. I struggled for years. So there's that one on here. It's got to line up with that. So I have faux leather base, bag batting underneath it, and I have one of the sides, the back, with the bag batting on, and I'm just going to line them up and clip them together. That is going to be the back, because the pocket will go on the front. And I can't iron that onto the faux leather. I can trim off the excess once it's done, but I can't iron it on. And then that'll get stitched down together. All right, so that's that one ready. So I'll stitch that in a second. I'm going to stitch this down. I'm moving the iron out of the way now, because now we're going to do a bit of stitching. So I'll move that. I see. Well, no, I don't. But you know what I mean here. No, you know what I'm saying. Okay. All right. So with the internal pocket, which I haven't even done any of the internals yet, I'm going to show you. I'm going to back stitch here. Quarter of an inch seam is fine. So couple across, lift. It's a bit caught because of the foot, I think. And then up to the top and back stitch, trim, and then do the same here. You just want to leave enough of an opening that you can turn it without a struggle. I am going to trim those corners just because it'll give me the ick when I'm trying to turn it, and I'm just taking out a little bit of bulk on that top edge, not anywhere near the stitching, as you do not want it to be cut. Now I'm going to just open up, just going to move that camera, I keep losing you. Michelle, what sort of foot? I'm using a Teflon foot, Karen, sorry. Compare the teeth width to see if they're the same. It just seems to catch every time I want to put something under there, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. It could be just me. So I'm just turning that bottom seam up and giving it a bit of a quick finger press. That'll help when I turn it out right. So then turn it out, and I am going to press this. Babysitting at the moment. Will you? Yes, I will pop this on YouTube. Yes, yeah. And put your finger in there on that side and push it through, and do the same on the other one. Put your finger in and push it through. I've got my thumb in there, I should say. Do it with all corners. Put your thumb in, get your forefinger and push it through. It'll just be easier for you to try and get the points out, and then push it through. And then you should be able to just give it a bit of a tug like that. I'm going to get my little, I might just use this because it's there. Be careful, be wary when using scissors that you don't put a hole, because I have done that before. Just gently push out the rest of the corners. Give it a press, and we will close that seam when we sew it onto the lining. So I just need to know where that seam is. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to just press that. Sorry, I'm going to shove some stuff out of the way. Just give that a quick press. The Teflon feet for Janome machine. I got one for my Janome from the Janome people, because I can't get the 9mm. So it depends on whether you've got a 9mm thing that it slips onto or a 7mm. Mine was a 9mm. I can get 7mm, but that's just not 9mm. And that cost me $35. All right. A little clip bag there. All right, handles. I'm going to stitch up either side. I'm going to change my stitch length to 3.5. You can do 3.5, 4, whatever. And I'm literally going to do about 1/8 of an inch in. I'm just using the foot as a measurement. And purple thing is good for, yes it is, yes, because it's plastic. And I'm just using the same thread colour, which is black. Either doesn't matter. Just keep your fingers out of the way, FYI. And then I'm going to go to the other side. Oh, is that the... I wonder if that was the... Have I run out of bobbin? Let's see. No, all good. Oh, yes, I have. Just about there. That's all right. Trim that off. I knew it was close, but I didn't know how close. You gotta love that. Thankfully, I have one here I prepared earlier, because this baby machine fills up at the same time, which I love. Just FYI. Got it up the right way? No. Wrong way, silly woman. There we go. In we go. Put that on. Rethread the bobbin up here. And she will fill up while I sew. Oh, thank you. I have to check it out. Can you cancel my order for the bag pattern, please? Kayleen Smith, Heather Wallace. Yep, no dramas. You got one already, or you don't want it, darling? Either way is fine. Just a question. I thought you might, yeah. I was surprised a couple of you have had to, like, have cancelled, which is fine, because, yeah, it just happens, it is what it is. But I think because a couple of you didn't realise you actually had it already. God, I love this machine. I just say that. It just cuts through everything. Oh, I love it, love it. All right. Okay, so that's the two handles done. Then just back inside from mowing the lawn and saw the biggest, fattest nope rope. Oh, really? Oh, thank you so much for doing this, dummy. You're welcome, Carolyn. I'm just going to stitch this in around about 1/8 from the edge just to hold it in place. I'm leaving it, it's just a basting stitch, so it's still on that big stitch, which is fine. So we just stitch that in to hold it. Now I'm going to put my stitch length back down, because when we're sewing pieces together, we want it to be functional, so it needs to be a smaller stitch. Now I'm doing it at a 1/4 inch, back stitch there. You'll need a walking foot to do this on your standard sit-down machine. I hope you can all hear me okay. All right. Yep, that sews those two together. So then I'm going to top stitch. So again, I might top stitch on either side. So if you want to, you can flatten that open. You can open that out, get a finger press tool or something and just give it a bit of a finger press through there, whatever you like, or you can cut out the excess that's in here. Either is okay. I'm just going to finger press the best I can, hope for the best, it's always good, and just turn that over. I'm going to top stitch on both sides, and I'm going to put my stitch length up to 3.5 again, and I've got to go a bit slower because this is decorative. Can hear you fine yet? Does your handle go on first? Yes, it will on the oh, on here. Oh, bloody hell, it does too. Hang on. Yeah, 100% right. I forgot about that. My God, is that Kayleen? Yeah. Frig, I love you, Kayleen. You are amazeballs. I don't know why I did that. Sorry, my bad. Hang on, let me just undo this. I'm thinking of the front, not the back. Who's that? Oh, it's Aiden. Kayleen is the best. She always catches me when I make a boo-boo, just before I make it. Or just before it becomes so bad, I can't undo it. I wish I knew where my shredder was, my thread shredder. Now, let's see if I can find my thread shredder. Batteries. Yep. Everyone needs one of these, just saying. If you don't have a thread shredder, ask yourself why. Look at that. Bang. Just like that. God. Makes it very pleasant. Alright. I'll leave that there for a minute. Alright. Let's find the center of this one before we go any further. Find that. Got it. Okay. So good to see you two do. Oh yeah, I always do boo-boos. My videos are never complete without a boo-boo. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Alright. So I found the center of this one as well. Now, I've got the handles. You can iron the handles again if you want to. I'm not going to do it just for demo's sake. I am going to get rid of that thread though that I made before. It was I run out of thread bit. There we go. That'll pass with a push. Okay, so you'll find that you'll have a right and wrong. You'll figure that out when you look at your fabric. I basically place that on that side like that. Because you've got that stitch down there, you're going to place it here, and before I do that, I'm going to stitch this down here as a top stitch. Now you can't actually pin it or anything, so I just do it at an 1/8 decorative stitch. Oh, nearly lost. Come unthreaded. Come unthreaded. Make sure your zipper head things out of the way. Make sure it's straight too. Alright, okay, so that's on. Now get these. And Michelle is excited too, cannot say she did not see that. Yeah, I did not see it. Yeah, I'm sighted and I still stuff up. Alright, so I'm okay with stuffing up. That makes me rather human. Alright, so get your clips, and with your bag front, place your handle over the top here, clip it on the bottom. Okay, you won't be able to clip up here. Make sure it stays straight all the way as you turn it, like that. This one's quite long, probably out a bit down there and clip that one on. So I'll sort of cover it, I'll go over about 1/2 inch I suppose, over. And you'll need some pins now. Be careful not to pin your faux leather. You're going to be pinning that down, and we're going to get a ruler in a second. Just pin it to the backing fabric or the background fabric. Come on. What's going on with that now? No, it doesn't want to. That needs to go in the bin. Did not see it. I saw it. Kayleen picked up on it. Kayleen's just all over this stuff. All right. You can put a couple if you want, a couple of pins, but you got to make sure you don't pin in this stuff here. All right. Now what you do is you get a ruler and you make sure that it is, that's 3.5 there to that edge, and I can tell it's not by looking at it, and 3.5 is halfway over here. So I need to move this over until it gets to the 3.5 mark. Just going to stick that pin in there and make sure it's at 3.5, which that would be that. And I'm going to adjust the bottom as well. Come on. There you go. Make sure that that's 3.5. Go over to there. And 3.5 here, which it can go over a little. So whatever it is, whatever measurement you can have it at 4 or whatever you have it at, as long as it's the same all the way along the side, then you're laughing. Does that make sense? Like a big fat spider. You can also check in here, and that works out right. So a couple more pins, just to place one there, and one on this side. I would be using your double-sided. Yeah, you could absolutely use the double-sided tape. Either. That would work. Okay, and then you're going to go on the top of these lines up here and come down, just go up to like just past that. I think it's around about, because that's about 1.5 inches. So yeah, you can come up to the edge of this and come across, so where that faux leather sits, and then back down the other side. You can come on the inside and across on the outside to make it double lines if you want to. It doesn't really matter. You won't be doing it on the other side. Oh yeah, you will be doing on the other side as well. So whatever you do on one side, do on the other. I'm going to try my best to follow the same path as the one I've already got there. And I'm just moving some stuff out of my way because it's going to get in the way. And I'm going to stitch that down, just leaving that there. And not so fast as last time. How's that sound? Okay, couple of pins that can go there, lift up and turn, and then go down the other side. And you're going to repeat that for each handle on each side, all right? This will close off your zipper at the same time, closes off your pocket at the same time. Go across this one. I would really like the turtle bag, but can't seem to get a reply. And do you ship to USA? Hi, Hertha. Oh, you can't get a reply, darling. Yes, I can send you that turtle bag, and I do ship to the USA. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, wait, go backwards. I'm going to the USA in about a month or so time, and I can probably take it with me over there and ship while I'm over there, which will probably save you a lot on postage. So send me a PM in the business page, and we can talk, and I can send you an invoice. I'll find out, I'll get my friend to work out what the postage would be. So I need your details, like your address and everything. So that one's on. Then we're going to do the same to the back, and let's look at the bottom. Yes, so I don't know why you're not getting a reply. I'm not too sure. The turtle bag I do have. All right, so what I'm going to do here, and I can see that is a little, yes. Just making sure it's not the wrong one. A little bit wide for this, so I'm going to cut that off. It's just excess. So the actual patterning kit is 60 Australian dollars. So I would have to probably send it through PayPal for you, because it would be able to do the conversion for you that way. And you can pay by PayPal, which is safer for both. And the postage I will find out for you once I know your actual address. I'll probably be able to then work out exactly how much the postage is for you. So I'm just measuring from the top here. It's around about 1 3/4 down. So I just know that from the top here, I need to be 1 3/4 down. So I'm going to pop a pin here just to remind me where I need to be. You're welcome. And then I also need to, again, measure here. Measure twice, cut once is the old saying. 3.5 inches, that's right. I remember that now. From the bottom, come in your 3.5 inches. Get your handle and your clip. Place your handle against there. Pop your clip under here. And we'll go 3.5 inches there, and 3.5 inches at the top. How are you, love?
I'm just going to birds.
Okay, sweetheart. I'll talk to you when you get back.
Yep. Righto.
All right, doll. 3.5 up there, and I know I've got to finish here. So I'm going to grab that pin out, and I'm going to pin it right there. That's where I'm going to pin. And that's where I'm going to sew up and down there, and then I'm going to do the same. Now you can actually line it up like this if you want to. That also works. But for this project, I'm going to do the measuring thing. You never know. I always like to measure. So 3.5 would come over to about there, which is going to be right on. One might be, but these handles, got to think too, these handles aren't going to be touching each other because there's going to be a base in between. So if they don't quite line up exactly, don't freak out. It's the top bit that you want to make sure lines up. So 3.5 there. Excuse me. Oh, my coffee's there somewhere. More talking than I thought today. Okay. So when I have it at the top, my tops look good. Sorry guys, I've gone really dry in the throat. All right, so let's sew the back one on. And when you get to YouTube, you'll be able to fast forward through this. Now, for yourself, you might want to use a white thread. You can use whatever you like, but I wanted to use something you could see. So black thread it is. Oops, the days, I think I've come unthreaded. Needle up. Yes, I did. The thread I'm using is just a poly thread, and in the bobbin it is a poly cotton, as in a Rizard. Yes, Rose, this is. Yes, darling. I do like how you explain what you were doing when the male can follow. I'm mansplaining it. I'm doing okay. There we go. How much for the pattern, please? Karen Brown, the pattern is only $10. The kits are $60, and it's quite an easy one. Oh, I didn't double check that wasn't twisted. Oh, it has got a twist in it. Oh, shit. Oh, I mean, bugger. Oh, I didn't check. Kayleen, why didn't you tell me I had a twist in that? What's going on, Kayleen? You slacked off. Oh, dear. All right, let me get that started. It'll take 2 seconds to get that off. Kayleen always tells me when I'm doing something silly. Oh, no, it's all right. This is what I use. Go like that. Look at these. Look. Hey, just like that. Now, if I had to do that, poor Kaylee, I know, I'm only taking the mickey. And those, for those in the UK, in the US, that would be me having a joke. And you can then just scratch at it or whatever, or get a cloth, microfiber cloth. You said I did say a naughty word, didn't I? I do apologise. Oh, I won't get paid on YouTube for that one. Oh dear. So yeah, that's how you get that off. Once you've got that stuff off, even a bit of sticky tape will get that off. Turn it over. You can also, sometimes you can find the long thread. Kaylee must have fell asleep. Oh, I was yawning. I drove home today. See, I told you she must have been asleep. She missed that. All right, just give that a bit of a defrag. There we go. All good, Kayleen. And on the other side, it just comes out like that. Not that it matters because it's going in the lining, so in the middle. Well, yeah, vinyl is a little bit of a different story. When you do something like that, it becomes very unforgiving. All right. Bonus is I have the lines there and I can just line it all back up again. You never take the mickey out of you. Always taking the mickey out of me. But in the States, they don't say that, so they should be wondering what the heck I'm talking about. All right, I'll just sew that one up again. It's a very Aussie term to take the mickey out of someone. I say it when I'm over there to my friends, I'm taking the mickey out of you, and they just look at me like I'm speaking another. They're 33, the shredders, the thread shredder. They are your best friend. I think it's a double or triple A battery. It's one battery. Man, it has saved me a world of hurt. I've undone quilts with that. As long as you keep the fabric flat, and you keep the wadding flat, so if you're going in between two layers, you keep it all flat, and you always go in the direction of the sewing. You never go against the sewing, and man, does it change your world. I think was it Gidget had to undo a whole quilt once, and yeah, a couple hours, you know, if you've done a whole quilt compared to days. But yeah, can you pop one in my... Yeah, sure, darling. I can do that. All right, so I've got a bit of thread there. That'll come out. There we go. All right, she's done. No twist. Goodies. All right, so now we got the base. We got the base. Double A. Thank you, Jimmy. Now, it doesn't matter whether you put it this side or this side. It makes no difference. So, get one side. Now, if you feel like you need to baste the faux leather onto the back, the wadding, you can. I sort of don't. I just sort of sit it there. And right sides together. And line up those ends, and again, no pins please, because you've got faux leather there, vinyl, and just clip along now, all the way along. And you're going to do this to the other side as well, but we're going to do one side at a time so I can do the top stitching nice and easy. Alright, so you've got that on. We're going to sew that one. I won't have to undo it this time, will I, Kayleen? Please tell me no. Stitch down again, like I say, to the proper stitch for functioning. You can back stitch over where the handles are. Quarter-inch stitch, stitch width is fine, like seam. That's that one. Getting there. So now I'm going to top stitch on the, I might do it on the faux leather side. I get caught on my bits. So I'm just going to go up in thread stitch size, I should say. This time I'm just pushing the seam to one side. Either's fine. You can open up your seam. It's entirely up to you. It is easy either way. So I've just done a top stitch there, and you can see it's just going to sit in the middle. Now turn it back over. We want to put back that way. The right sides together and clip them in place. Just make sure we get that. We want to make sure that that little snip that I put there, because it made it a bit big, but make sure that's going to be in the seam. Oh, Jen Teagle, you want one as well, do you, darling? Okay, I might have to write it down if I've got more than one person asking. Hang on. So we've got Marianne Stewart by 1 and Jen Teagle by 1 shredder. Yep. Could I please have just the pattern? Karen Brown? Yeah, so Karen Brown pattern. Yep. Easy done. I'll just pop that down. Alright. Now I'm going to stitch this side down. Cancel Lorraine's pattern. Lorraine Lane. I've been watching. Is that bag a kit? Yes, it is, Jackie. Okay, and cancel Lorraine's. Hang on, let me go back here. While you're writing, may I have a pattern and cancel Lorraine's pattern? Kayleen Smith, you guys obviously know each other. Sorry to interrupt you. You're right, it's okay. Okay, I think I've got it. I've been watching. Is that bag a kit? Yes, it is, Jackie. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. So, can I please have a pattern too? See, Sonia. Yep. All right. I'm just gonna trim some of that out of there. It's just gonna be bulk. I'm gonna do a top stitch yet. Too much. Gonna do it on the faux leather side. Just went patterns, and I don't have this. Oh, she wants one. Okay, I thought she didn't want one. Yep, all right, cool. Lorraine Hill. Yep. Oh, sorry, Lorraine Hill. Got it. Got it. All right. Easy peasy. Yeah, and I'm just using the foot as a guide, which I did over here. And, oh, nearly come unthreaded. Where are you, little darling? There you are. Oh, beautiful. And using a top stitch. Oy, caught on the edge of that. All good. Alrighty, so we're almost ready to put the zipper on. Well, we're pretty much ready to put that zipper on, and we can do that as well, but I want to do the lining too. Pattern for Cheryl Leeson. Hang on, what's that? Can I please have a kit and a shredder, please? Kit in a blue. Carolyn Locke. Okay, no, wanted a pattern. Someone else wanted this. Cancel. Okay. Carolyn Locke wants a kit in blue and a shredder. Sure, doll. So Carolyn Locke. Kit in blue. And Carolyn Locke by one for the shredder. Absolutely. Kit in blue and a shredder. Sure, Jackie. And Cheryl Leeson for a pattern. Okay. Pattern. And McBride. Kit in blue. Yep. Can you send this pattern as a PDF or do you have to get via post? I can send it by PDF. Yeah, I can. Yeah, Christine Skeen. Yes. Have you not had one, darling? Sorry, I'm just going to do the like thing on things. So, Teresa, yes, I can set it as a PDF if you'd like it as a PDF. Yeah, absolutely. It's a really easy file to send. So, if you'd like that as a PDF, yes. Easy done. All right. Okay. And Christine Skeen, yes, invoices have been done. Can I have a PDF? Yeah, Teresa. Pattern. Oops. Yep, no dramas, doll. All right, what I might do, because I've been going for about an hour and a bit. Christine Skeen, yes, they have been sent for January, so there might be a case I need to resend you one. I need to make another cup of coffee because I'm as parched as a Methodist picnic. I will have a PDF to Karen Brown. Yeah. Easy done. And give me about 10 minutes to make a fresh coffee and come back and do the rest of this one for you. All right, so give me 10 minutes, make a cuppa, and we'll come back and do part 2. All right, won't be long.